my darlings, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are well. So if you're new here, my name is Adrij and I am a lover of all things fabulous, honey. I love fashion, beauty and lifestyle. So if you love that too, then make sure you stick around because we have loads of content coming your way. Head over to my Instagram as well. I'll have the handle right here where I share a lot of my fashion tips, daily life and just everything fabulous. Today's video is going to be how to start a successful YouTube channel in 2021. Many of you guys have been asking me, Adrij, how do I set up my channel? How do I distinguish a successful and valuable and quality channel? And how do I create content that people will engage with? And the answer is, I don't know. Just to say that I don't have all the answers. I don't think I've done anything special on my channel, but I will go through with you all the things that I feel helped. So I will start with the basics first before I kind of show you all the technical things that I do and all the softwares and the cameras and all that good stuff that I use, because I feel like you can have the most expensive camera in the world, but if you don't have a clear understanding, a clear vision of what it is that you're trying to put out there, people are not going to relate with you and it's just not going to work out. So before you invest in, I don't know, £1,000 worth of cameras and equipments and you know all that stuff, I think it's important that you sit down and ask yourself a few questions. Okay, I had to tick a few boxes before I started creating content, and I still kind of have to tick these boxes every single time I create content, because I need to ensure that I am following and sticking to what I said I was going to do. Everything that I do represents me, so I need to ensure that everything is a representation of myself and that I'm being true to myself and that people are here to watch me and they are getting to know the real me, right? Okay, so let's get into today's video. Okay, so my first tip for starting a YouTube channel in 2021 is to start. Nothing special there, I'm sure you've heard it before. Babe, you just need to start. Start before you're ready. I feel like a lot of us feel we need to fully be ready and fully invested before we can start something, but you're never ready until you start. You will never know that you're ready until you start. You will never be fully ready until you start, right? Wow, that was a mouthful. But what I'm trying to say is just start. If it's your passion, if it's what you want to do, then just start it. You're going to make mistakes and that's fine, and mistakes are good. Mistakes are the only way that you're going to learn. I'm still learning. Every time I find myself getting comfortable with something, I switch it up. I learn something new because I like to learn new things. I find excitement in learning new things. So once I find myself getting comfortable with anything, I have to switch it up. I have to spice it up. So it's in my nature. So I feel like with YouTube or anything online, you have to be able to switch things up every now and then. Don't get too comfortable, and yeah, and just be ready to kind of like spice it up a little bit. But my first tip will definitely be just start it. As long as you have a Gmail account, then you already have a YouTube channel. All you have to do is set it up. So that was my first tip, and now we are moving on to the questions that you need to ask yourself before you start a successful YouTube channel in 2021 and maybe an Instagram page, a business, anything. I feel like these questions are very important because they will help you find your core values and your niche, which is very important, and that will help you to create content and be consistent with it as well. So number one, is your channel for fun or is it something that you want to do full time? And these questions will help you distinguish the quality of your work, the quality of your content. It will distinguish the hours that you spend creating content and just everything as a whole. So it's very important that you answer this question. Are you doing it just for now because it's just something to do because everyone's doing it? So are you doing it just for something on the side that you kind of do on a Saturday, Sunday, and then then you know, you continue and just carry on with your life, or is this something that you feel can really be a career path for you? So you need to distinguish that. When you do distinguish that, it will allow you to find your core values that will push you to be consistent and to create the content that that you want. Make sure you're taking notes, write these down, because it is super imperative. I have to answer these questions all the time. Like I mentioned before, every time I create content, in the back of my mind, I answer these questions. So the next question is, who's your channel for and what is your niche? My niche is to inspire and to empower women, and obviously that's within fashion, beauty and lifestyle. It's showing women how to elevate themselves and aim higher and level up in life through everything, and that niche is quite broad. So find a niche that has an audience already, okay, so that it's easier for you to kind of get your foot into the door. Where if you're doing fashion for, like, I don't know, fashion for 5'4" girls, it's do you know what I mean, it's not broad enough, right? So maybe you can just do fashion for petite girls, okay? This is broad enough, and you definitely have an audience for that, because petite can vary from, I don't know, 5'6" to down below, okay? So you have a broad kind of audience. Or you can say that you're making videos for curvy fashion. That's a broad niche, okay? You're gonna have loads of women within that category who are looking for help, looking for assistance to look a certain way, right? So that's branding right there. Where so that's your niche right there, where my niche doesn't have a restriction of age, it doesn't have a restriction of weight, body type, of anything. It doesn't have a restriction of anything, financial background, nothing. So it's quite broad within its own right. And in terms of branding, I strongly believe that I am the brand of my channel, of my platforms, okay? And if you guys feel, did you feel that or not? I'd love to hear what you've got to say and comment down below. I feel like my branding is me, because people come across my platforms to see me and to speak to me and to hear what I have to say, and for me to showcase and show you guys what I'm enjoying. And I feel like you guys, we have a relationship. I see you guys as my online friends, and you guys see me as your friends. So when I come here, I speak to you as if you're my friends, because I want to build that trustworthy relationship with you, okay? I want to be consistent in my approach, so that if you ever saw me in person, I'm the same. And this is exactly what we'll get into later, the consistency of your personality, of what you show online. So I really want to get to the nitty-gritty basics first before we get into the whole production, because these things are super important. I guarantee you, please take notes, because you will need to answer these questions every single time you're creating content, every single time you're creating your thumbnail, every single time you're posting on Instagram, every single time you're doing a story, every single time you're having a Clubhouse chat. Honestly, like, these steps will literally break it all down for you, and it's super important. It's very imperative that you answer them concisely, okay? So get your notepad and just write these things down, because I guarantee you, this will make a difference, okay? Your channel will be a lot different to everybody else's, because you have a clear understanding and you have a clear vision. Oh my god, I feel like we're so serious today, guys. I'm not used to this. I'm really not used to this. Oh my god. Just to add to that, having a unified message and a unified energy and consistency in who you are across all your platforms is very important. So don't be all crazy on YouTube and then super serious on Instagram, or vice versa, because people are not going to relate to you. People are going to watch you for a second and switch off. People are going to notice their inconsistency in you, okay? You can't come to YouTube being classy and then being this woman, this lady with grace, and then on Instagram you're twerking. It's very inconsistent, and people will feel it, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to build an audience, because ideally people need to be able to relate to you. I hear people say this about a lot of people. It's like, oh, but when I watch them here, they're completely different, but when I go on this platform, they're a complete different person. I don't know how to accept and take them. I don't know how to relate to them. So it makes you come across inconsistent and a bit fake. Do you know what I mean? So the next question that you need to answer and ask yourself to answer before you start your successful YouTube channel in 2021 is what problem is your channel solving? Okay, because every channel, every platform, every page that you see solves a problem. In my instance, my problem solving, it's to help women level up. It's always been, and it's always been very clear, okay? It's to empower women, and it's to help women level up through conversations, through clothing, through styling with grace, through being a respectful and responsible woman, looking after yourself and wanting better. Through my fashion, I share that, you know, being a woman who styles herself with grace. That's the problem that I'm solving, because I don't like Instagram fashion. You know, I say it all the time, and if you haven't watched my how to look expensive video, head up and go and watch it. I pretty much love older women because I feel like they dress with so much grace and so much boldness and just so much courage and so much power, and I really love that. So I try to embody that, and I try to bring it out to you guys by introducing you to new things that are fabulous, that will help you to elevate yourself. I try to solve self-care problems, you know, showing women that they can do so much better and never settle in life. This is what I do, this is what I love. And so comment down below if you're getting value out of this video so far, and if you agree with the things that I am saying as well. I would love to know. And also let me know, do you have a YouTube channel? Are you trying to start a YouTube channel? And what will your niche be, and what will your branding be as well? And yeah, I think my channel, you know, I try to make my channel an escapism for women and men as well. If they want, they can come here, distress themselves, and you know, and find something new to surprise their partner with. I want to take you away from your everyday life and come to my channel and feel fabulous, honey. So the next question that you need to ask yourself is, what makes your channel different to the rest? Okay, this is a very important question, because you know, nothing is new on YouTube and in the world. Everything has been done before, and I feel like what makes my channel and me different, you know, I am me, I'm a Dweej, and nobody can say that. I am me, and that's my power, because nobody is me. With that being said, I'm sure everybody can say that, but what makes me different is how I do things, is the level of distinction, the level of quality, the level of attention to details that goes behind my production and everything that I do. So figure that out for yourself, what makes you different. And I think for me, it's the fact that I never get comfortable. I'm always learning new things, and it's just my delivery as well, you know. I always want my delivery to stand out. And I remember watching YouTube videos back in the day, and even before I started my channel, I wanted to find black women like me who I could relate to. I could relate to some people here and there, and then everything else just like, oh, okay, not very much like me. I couldn't find women who spoke like me, who thought like me, who behaved like me, in terms of my femininity, in terms of my style, in terms of my beliefs, in terms of my mannerism. Like I didn't find a lot of women who I could relate with, so I didn't feel like anybody online represented me, and I wanted to be a representation of a lot of women, because you know, I'm sure there are loads of women like me. You know, not to say that I'm perfect or anything like that, I wouldn't want to think that, but it's just that I didn't feel like there was anyone who represented my ideology, you know, and I really wanted to be that for a lot of women. I wanted my channel, my platform, to be a place where women come to find grace. So yeah, I'm very happy that I have the opportunity to do this and to share my knowledge, to share everything that I love, and to empower you ladies and to inspire women as well. My channel isn't perfect. I'm still growing. I do everything myself, from filming, cameras, editing, thumbnails, pictures, Instagram, everything. I do everything myself, and trust me, it is hard. So yeah, that's why you need to have passion for this, and these questions will help you establish whether you want to do it because you think you can make easy money, whether you want to do it just for the sake of it, or you want to do it because you actually love it and you want something bigger than yourself to come out of this. And I think my channel is also different because of my education. I studied media studies and production, PR. That's what my degree is on. But in college, my studies was basically media production and journalism. So I did learn about editing, about lighting, a lot about camera presence. I learned a lot about just being in control of the situation, of the scene, how to work cameras. So I kind of had a knowledge of that from like back in college. So that definitely plays a part in my production. Also, I've worked in luxury stores. You guys know that I worked in Selfridges. I worked for Miu Miu and Prada for many years, and so I have a luxury background. I worked a lot in visual merchandising. I worked a lot in just presentation and things like that. Also worked behind the scenes, so I have a lot of knowledge of how to make things look presentable, how to give a certain customer service, how to be have a certain energy and aura and look presentable, and all that stuff. It's all got to do with my background, so that's why I think it reflects in my videos. It definitely does come across, I think. So yeah, I think my background in media and where I've worked in the past definitely has a massive part to play in everything that I do, because it definitely changed my way of styling, how I looked at myself, how I felt about myself. Working in luxury, that's what I always say to young people. When you're looking for part-time retail jobs, I think it's so important to work for high-end stores. Go to Harrods, go to Selfridges, Harvey Nichols, and try and get experience in those classy and high-end field, rather than, you know, working at Tesco's or the post office. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like you get to learn so much about the industry, so much about it will open your eyes to so many. You get to see clients from all walks of life. You get to see, you know, people living quality of life. It just opens your eyes to a lot of things, and I think it's very important because, you know, I've worked in shoe stores before, office, you know, but nothing I learned from there I've taken on to anything that I do now. But everything that I learned from working in Selfridges, I carry it with me now. Do you see what I mean? So yeah, I think definitely that's a complete different subject. But anyway, next is, why should people subscribe to your channel? Why should I subscribe to your channel? So this is a question that you have to answer yourself, and figure it out, you know. Look at yourself, and I think this is what I do when I'm creating content. I create it from the viewer's perspective. I don't create it from my perspective. Although I combine the things that I love, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and I always did. I've always been a lover of YouTube. So whenever I'm creating content, I always think to myself, would I watch this? And how long would I watch it for? Okay, so these are the questions that you need to ask yourself, because I think a lot of the times we think, oh, let me just create what I love, create content and put it out there, but would you watch you? And that's another question. That's a question within a question. Would you watch you? That's another question, okay? And like I said, being consistent in who you are, in your personality, will help people to come back. And I feel like that's one of my strong points. People come back to me because they resonate with me. I'm a mundane, everyday kind of girl, you know, trying to do what she loves, and people feel that. People generally like my recommendations, and they've tried it, they trust me. So people come back to me because they know that I have good taste, they know that I like fine things in life, you know. That's what my channel is about, giving you that luxury, because it's important, and I believe that it's time that us black women start to appreciate luxury and level up. My channel isn't just for one race, it is for everybody. Everybody's welcomed to my channel. Everyone's, you know, welcome to like, to comment, to share, to follow me on Instagram. It's for everybody, and I'm sharing my knowledge with everyone. And if it's helping you so far, don't forget to give me a massive thumbs up, comment down below, and follow me over on my Instagram. I'll leave it down here. It's Idrij a la mode, where I share a lot of my fashion tips. Many of you have been telling me, oh Idrij, my channel's not doing well, I'm not getting any views, I'm not, like, it's just not progressing, nothing's happening, the numbers are stuck. Honestly speaking, YouTube takes time. Obviously I'm thankful because within a year I was able to hit 30k. I've got 1 million views on my channel. By the way, thank you so much to all of you for your support, for your kind words, for your encouragement. Honestly, your support never goes unnoticed. Thank you all that have followed me on Instagram, that interact with my content. I appreciate you guys. You guys are here. You guys are here. Thank you so much. And the growth has been insane. It has been insane, but like I said, I'm still growing. I still struggle. I still have videos that don't do well, but the thing is, you have to keep persistent and consistent, and again, these questions will determine your love and consistency in what you're doing, and the passion. Because if you don't have passion for something, you put out one video, it doesn't do well, you put up maybe another video 2 or 3 weeks later, oh, it's not doing so well. But if you genuinely love this, you genuinely want to do it because of the love and passion, you need to be consistent. You need to be pushing out at least 1-2 videos a week, you know, even if they're not doing well straight away. Because of the love and passion you have for this, it will keep you going. Because trust me, it is a tough journey. A very tough journey. And I know a lot of people think that YouTube is a very easy way to make money, Instagram is a very easy way to make money. Trust me, it is not. It is not. I always share my story. I have been blogging not full-time, but I've been blogging altogether for about 6 years, and it's only last year that I started making a consistent amount of money from everything. Okay, when I did my YouTube channel, I didn't make money straight away. I probably made money like mid last year. Do you see what I mean? Like consistent money, it was like mid last year. So it takes time, it takes work, it takes effort, it takes your energy. Like the editing process isn't easy, it is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's nights where I spend the whole night editing a video because I've put pressure on myself that I have to post tomorrow, and I have to then go and take Instagram pictures the next day, although I've not slept. You know, sometimes I even go out on my own to take the pictures. Like I mentioned on my Instagram the other day, I went out on a field and took pictures by myself, because sometimes waiting on people, I'm very fortunate to have good family and friends who consistently help me to take pictures. Sometimes my sister comes to help me on the days off, and then I help her do filming. My little brother helps me, my little sister Dorcas helps me, sometimes my friend Viv helps me. So it just, yeah, you just need good people around you that are gonna help you and support you as well. But if you do want to see how I edit my Instagram pictures, how I do all these things by myself, then like and comment down below. I'll make a separate video for Instagram, but I really wanted to just focus on YouTube. I will throw in a few tips for Instagram here and there, but this is mainly just for YouTube. So now we're going to move into the equipment and what I use. Let's go. Okay, so in terms of equipment, I wouldn't suggest you go splurging out on buying expensive equipment, expensive cameras and expensive lighting straight away, okay? Because everyone starts a YouTube channel, but you don't know if this is exactly what you want. You don't know, you need to see results first before you can fully invest, okay? Like every time I made money from Instagram or YouTube, I would invest it back into Idrij a la mode. I would then buy a camera, I would then buy lighting, but it wasn't my salary from work. It was always the money that I made from Idrij a la mode. The first camera which I'm filming on, which is the, I'll show you in a bit, this I actually bought with my work salary, okay? Because I was using my phone. The first 2 videos I'll show you here, I used my phone to film it. And then I'm big on quality, I'm big on sound. It was very like I couldn't watch my own videos. Okay, I'm one of those people, when I click on a video and the sound is all funny, the vision is all blurry and fuzzy and just crazy, I click off. I can't take bad sound. If I have to struggle to hear you speak, I click off. I was using my iPhone. I have iPhone, I think 12 Plus, and this phone is amazing. This phone is so good. It's the one with the 3 cameras at the back, like so. If you take Instagram pictures, you need this phone. I take all my pictures on my phone, on this phone. I take all my friends' pictures as well on my phone. So I really love this phone. The camera quality is mwah, chef's kiss. In terms of cameras, I like Canons because they're user friendly, they're very easy to use, and I just think it's so straightforward. This is my Canon G7X. I'm currently filming. So this is the camera that I use to do majority of my filming. This is the Canon G7X. It's a vlogging camera. As you can see, I have it on. So this is what I use to do majority of my videos. I just love how easy it is. So easy to work, so easy to maneuver, and I have it on a perfect setting now. Before it was a struggle, but I love that I can fit this on anywhere. I can fit it in my bag. It's just so small and it's super lightweight, and it's great for traveling. Again, this is a vlogging camera, but yeah, you can use it for anything. I use it to do my fashion videos, for everything, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I totally recommend this camera. The only thing is you can't change the lens. The lens are this part here. You can't change it. You can't insert a microphone. But to be honest with you, the sound for me works perfectly. With the G7X, you can't change the lens. So basically this lens is unremovable. You can't remove this lens, and you can't insert like an external mic or anything like that. Like, it's not possible. So if you wanted to add something like this, you couldn't. Okay, but for me it's not a problem. The sound is perfect, the quality is amazing. It's what you're watching from now, and I use this majority of the times, to be honest with you. I hardly use my new camera. This is another camera that I have. I've recently purchased this. This is the Canon M50. I heard that this is a really good camera. It has a 4K as well. I got this as a bundle from Amazon, so I'll have the link for everything in the description box down below. It came with loads of things. It came with one of these mini tripods, but I bought this one separately, but it came with another one. And this camera has a pull out as well, just like the Canon. So the Canon G7X has the up pull out, and this one has a out pull out, and the Canon has the up pull out. I need to actually buy a new lens for this. I'm looking to get the Sigma lens. Again, I'll leave it in the description box because I heard that one is really good. The Sigma lens is about £500. Yeah. This camera was relatively quite cheap, and for me, cameras is not important. What's important is the lens. You can have any body and just get a very good professional lens and your videos would be amazing. But you know, it's all well getting expensive equipment, but if you don't know the vision for your channel, if you don't know what you're doing, then there's no point. So figure out all the important steps first before you can fully invest in. Most people actually attach their cameras to a monitor. I personally don't do that. I don't do any of that stuff. I just look at myself from the screen above to make sure that I'm in focus, and then when I'm editing my videos, and I do all the adjustments that needs to be made. So I don't do any of that. This is the only setup that I have. I don't have any screen at the back. As you can see, my laptop's over there and it's off. And yeah, this is my setup, and I have all my lightings here. Lighting is very important. It definitely makes or breaks your video. And even on my Instagram, you guys are always asking me, Idris, how do you take such clear pictures? Your lighting's always very good. When I'm taking my indoors pictures in my room, I usually have these 3 lights on, and the more lighting you have in your environment to take good videos, to take good pictures, will definitely pay off, and the quality of it will be a lot more nicer. But just be careful though, because sometimes too much lighting can add a very harsh line and things can tend to not look natural. So I always kind of adjust my lighting to ensure that everything is a lot more smooth. So at the minute I'm filming and my room light is off. I'm going to turn off my ring light where my camera sits so that you can see the difference, okay? So I can turn it all the way up like that, which is too bright and too harsh, or I can have it how I had it before on the lowest. But to turn it off, can you see how dark that is already? But I have the two lights at the back, at the front of me. I have one on my left and one on the right. I like the ring light to hit me directly on my face, and the light on my left to hit on the left, and the one on the right to hit on the right, so that everything looks balanced. Otherwise, you'll end up getting shadows on your face, which is what used to happen to me before. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off this light as well. So if I turned off, so see, I can turn it, make it, ooh, I can make this more yellow toned, I can make it more cool, or I can just have it like midway or something. But I'm gonna turn it off just so that you can see. So that's my left light off. So now I'm just working with my right light, and this one on the left, I tend to have it a lot more warm toned, where the one on the right, I tend to have it a lot more cool toned, okay? Even with one light, it's okay. I can actually film like this. So if you are a content creator, you create videos on Instagram and YouTube, babe, you need these lights in your life. You need it. You need it, you need it, you need it, because I love it. It's made such a huge difference, and especially when I'm taking pictures indoors, I love how it looks. It's just so beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off just so that you can see. But if I had my lights on, I'll turn my lights on as well, just so that you can see. So my room light is now on. Can you see how just yellow everything looks? Too warm, okay? So if I'm gonna turn off my light on the right just so that you can see. So that's my light on the right gone. So this is just me filming with the lighting in my room. As you can see, the lighting has completely changed. It's very like yellowy, fiery, and just red. Like if I was vlogging, this lighting's okay. But when you're doing makeup, you're doing fashion, you're doing other things, can you see how the camera just adjusted itself? This is why I really love this camera, because it's on manual focus and it just focuses and does everything for you, and it's a lot more easier. So I could film like this, but for me it's not crisp enough. It's not how I like it. A lot of people like filming with natural lighting, but I personally don't, just because I feel like natural lighting is very inconsistent. It changes at every second. You need a good hard drive if you're an influencer, if you're doing you know, online businessing. I bought this one from Amazon, and Dylan Beauty actually sent it to me and shared it with me, and girl, thank you, because this bad boy has saved my life. I store all of my videos, all of my stuff in here, my music, and I use on my YouTube, everything, my thumbnails, everything I do. I keep everything in here. I'm not sure how much storage it has, but it has a lot. It was quite pricey, so it was an investment. It was about £100 and something. So this has been a very good investment. I just attach it to my laptop, and that's it. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I used to edit all my videos on my phone. I did everything on my phone. So I use an app called InShot. This app is amazing. Again, I'll have all the details in the description box down below. I used this app to edit all my videos. It's a free app, but it has paid features that makes it it gives you more access to premium things, so things like music, transitions, and color corrections and things like that. So I totally recommend InShot. If you make YouTube videos on your iPhone, definitely consider InShot. It's such a great app. They have amazing music. I bought it just one time. I think it's about £30 or something like that, but it's a great investment because I still use it now to do all my reels on Instagram, all my stories on Instagram. This app is very easy. Anyone can use it. You can watch tutorials here on YouTube how to use it. It's so straightforward and I totally recommend it. I started using my laptop to edit my videos. The only thing with iMovie is that it can be quite slow and it can slow down your laptop, but I think at the minute I'm liking it. Editing is a very difficult and almost emotional journey and process part of YouTube, because it can take up to 2 days to be editing one video, and it can be very stressful. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a part that I'm not very liking much at the minute, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy. If you have love and passion for creating content, it will oversee everything, and because you love it so much, you want your content to be out there, so that will keep you persistent. Okay, it will keep you consistent as well. So yes, I use iMovie to edit my videos. Again, I'll have everything in the description box down below. Now we are over to my thumbnails. Guys, I get loads of questions about my thumbnails, about what apps I use, how do I do them. I've had graphic designers ask me if I get help, who's doing them for you. and I'm just like, it's me. And again, it's taken a lot of time, a lot of research. So definitely when you have some free time, go on YouTube and search up the things that you want to know. So if it's how to make great thumbnails, what kind of style of thumbnails do you like, narrow it down so that your search can be a lot more easier. And like I said earlier, I have a bit of knowledge about these things because I studied it in college, although I didn't create thumbnails, but I did some graphic designing, so I kind of have a bit of knowledge. I have the eye for it basically. So I want to just discuss with you the importance of a good thumbnail. Before I watch anything, it's a thumbnail that attracts me. So therefore, before I create my content, before I create my thumbnail, sorry, I always think to myself, or even after I've created it, if I was on the other side, would I watch this? I always ask myself that, and I always try to make my thumbnails and videos from the viewer's point of view, you know, if that makes any sense. So I know that I've watched a lot of things just because of the thumbnail. It really grabbed me, and then I've watched the video, I'm just like, oh, really? But I liked your thumbnail. I kind of got the vibe, and then I had an expectation of what to expect, because the thumbnail creates expectation for what you are going to see, right? So I always pay extra attention to my thumbnails. I can create a thumbnail within 10 minutes, but I try to take at least half an hour to really fully assess everything, the colors, if it's balancing off well, if I'm cropping things, then the positioning, all of that detail is very important. So the apps that I use to create my thumbnail, I use CANVA. CANVA is amazing. I use CANVA for all of my thumbnails. They have again, I'll have everything in their description box. They have loads of templates. All you have to do, if you want, is change the colors, change the arrangements to match your vibe, to match your personality. I tend to create everything from scratch myself, but obviously before I could do this, I used to use the templates, and then I would just adjust and change things around, because then otherwise everybody's channels start to look the same, because I'm sure everyone uses Canva, right? You can crop images in Canva. So you see how I make these type of thumbnails? You can do this in Canva as well, so that you can have sort of a more editorial sort of thumbnails. Also use FACETUNE 2. FACETUNE 2 is another app that you have to buy. I think it has some free features, I'm not sure, but yeah, I bought it just one-off time and I've not looked back. Honestly, I've not looked back. I use it for my Instagram pictures, I use it for my YouTube thumbnails. On FACETUNE 2 you can do so many things. So I love FACETUNE 2 because you can actually remove a background. So on my thumbnails, sometimes I'll just take a picture of me sitting like this, and I'll get another background and place it behind me. Like, you can do this without having to crop yourself out on FACETUNE 2. If you would like to see the making of thumbnails and Instagram and all that stuff, then comment down below, give me a massive thumbs up, and then I will come back and make it in another part, because otherwise this video will be too long. So my darlings, my last tip will be to be original, to be yourself, to be consistent and within your personality, within your delivery, within everything. Nothing has never been done before, but if you are going to take inspiration, idea from somebody, just make sure that you give them credit, especially when it's very visible and people can see, because it doesn't look good on you. But at the same time, just try and be as original as possible. Put your personality on everything and be yourself, and be consistent, and have a vision, be consistent and be relatable, because this is what will determine your success on YouTube. People need to be able to relate to you, and people need to be able to connect with you, and they can only connect if you're being yourself, if you're being your genuine self, if you're being consistent within who you are. So the aim is for you to stand out and to be different. So how can you stand out and be different in a room full of influencers? So that's something for you to think about. And if you want to know more and see more videos like this, don't forget to give me a massive thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below if you're getting value, and if you have enjoyed this video, head over to my Instagram, @mode, where I share a lot of my tips and tricks as well. And I'll see you in my next video, guys. Mwah. See you later.